Trump is showing more and more how he's a fascist and no different than like Adolf Hitler. After Mamdani wins, he is threatening to arrest him and revoke his citizenship because he doesn't like the fact that a foreign-born dude has become mayor of New York City and actually wants to help the citizens by providing them with higher wages, free buses so that they can get to and from work, and as well as move about the city, help with child care, and like free car seats for kids, and other things that uh, people would need and would benefit from, and that would actually improve their lives. Because Trump doesn't want to improve the lives of hardworking people, he just wants to improve the lives of rich people.
And developing this morning, President Trump wasting no time taking aim at the now official Democratic nominee for New York City mayor.
Day one of Zohran Mamdani's campaign met with threats of arrest and deportation. Pix 11's Kirsten Cole joining us live here in the studio with more on this. Kirsten, good morning.
Good morning to you guys. And we've heard similar threats from President Trump previously. Now they're leveled at him. Mamdani is not shy about taunting the president in response in this moment, releasing his very first campaign video. He's talking about how people who voted for Trump in the recent election now voted for him in the Democratic primary, a shift in support as the president now threatening to withhold even more money in New York City.
Well, yeah, more and more people are realizing how bad Trump actually is and how little he's actually doing for the working people. They were convinced he would actually do something for the working people and has done nothing but kidnap people using ICE and help give the rich more money that should be going to poor people to help improve their lives, like cutting health insurance, cutting food stamps and stuff like that. That doesn't help the working people, but it surely does help the poor, the rich, as they siphon that money.
Zohran Mamdani, officially named the Democratic nominee after 3 rounds of ranked choice voting. Mamdani, a Democratic socialist, besting Andrew Cuomo 56% to 44%. And that win.
It's insane that Andrew Cuomo, the guy that resigned from being New York mayor over his sexual assault allegation, ran again, and it's insane that so many people voted for him. It's like they don't care that he was sexually assaulting people.
And puts him in the crosshairs of President Trump, who's now incorrectly labeling the nominee a communist, and went on to issue a threat to Mamdani, saying he'll have him arrested if he's elected and interferes with ICE agents, then using another by now familiar tactic, calling into question Mamdani's legal naturalization status.
Yeah, it's just pure fascism to think that as president, Trump has the right to remove somebody that is elected to be mayor. And this is the thing he did with Obama. Claimed that Obama wasn't a citizen. Mamdani has become a citizen, so he has the right to run for mayor.
He's been a citizen since 2018. He then called Mayor Eric Adams a good independent.
Those voters came back. Brighton Beach went for Trump by 44 points. Last week, we won it by 16.
President Trump also referenced money that's earmarked for the city, mostly for education and services for the poor. He's previously withheld funds to New York State and even pulled money paid to New York City back out of its coffers. Dan Cassino, a political scientist at Fairleigh Dickinson University, saying we could see more of that.
The city is still getting, think about $7 billion a year in direct transfers from the federal government. And almost all of that is for education and services for the poor. Now, we should...
Yeah, Trump. The only thing Trump wants to do is punish poor people for being poor because, like most rich people, or people that do have some sort of money or influence, we all know Trump is pretty poor, actually, compared to other rich people. They hate poor people and only see them as useful pawns when it means they can get elected.
Say all of this, saying, well, if I don't like your mayor, I'm going to cut, spending that's been allocated by Congress and passed by Congress. That is all illegal. Like, you're not allowed to do that at all.
Mamdani responding in a statement, the president of the United States just threatened to have me arrested, stripped of my citizenship, put in a detention camp, and deported. Not because I've broken any law, but because I will refuse to let ICE terrorize our city. We will not accept this intimidation.
Yeah, Trump is no different than a Nazi. I mean, this is what Nazis did. If they didn't like certain people, they would have them stripped of their citizenship, considered to be illegal, and put into concentration camps.
And just on Monday, we saw the power of the purse at play. More money withholding tactics. The Education Department federally notifying states that $7 billion in money already approved by Congress would not be distributed. It was meant to pay for after school and summer programming, as well as support for students learning English. Another example of how the executive branch is using funding to push its own agenda.
Trump is punishing working people, working families by withholding money for childcare. How does that prove that Trump wants to help working people raising families by denying them help with childcare? It